guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's wig is from Amazon. I got this deep curly 13x4 funnel wig in 20 inches. I will have all the information along with the link in the description box below. This is what the wig looks like after I bleached the knots and washed it. So this is not like how it comes, but the knots on this wig are super small. I already did my bald cap method and I tinted the lace using my foundation. This was the first mistake that I made because the foundation ended up being like a little bit too orange for like my scalp color or like my lace tint color. So you'll kind of see that it's noticeable. So definitely make sure that you properly match your tint with whatever either your skin tone or your scalp color. I don't recommend using liquid foundation, even though it does work for some people. It didn't work for me. The hairline on this wig was also too low, so I did have to like part it and pluck some space, right? Like pluck a line in between the hair that I no longer needed so that I could cut right there. You definitely don't want to just like cut the hair off because you'll have like the knots left over and it's just not a good look. So I like to pluck and then cut the hair that I don't need off. You can also nair it as well, but I didn't feel like doing that. So I went ahead and cleaned off my hairline and I put the wig back on. And as you can see, I had already cut like that extra hair off. And then I'm just gonna go in with my Ghost Bond and I'm gonna do this in sections. So I'm gonna do the middle section first. I put the glue on and I spread it out with a popsicle stick and I just fanned it with my hand until it was clear, and then I went back in with a second layer. I wanted to pretty much keep my wig on all week. I don't usually have any issues with my wigs lifting when I do the bald cap method and I glue them down. They can last me like about a good 7 days, so I just wanted to take my time and do it in layers. Once that layer dries clear, I'm just going to pull the wig right on top of where that glue is and kind of press it down lightly just to hold it into place. And then I'm going to go in with my comb and kind of comb the hair back and press the lace down into the glue at the same time. Also, you guys, it was like super early in the morning when I recorded this video. It was like super early on a Sunday. So if I'm making faces or I'm looking crazy, it's because I was like kind of tired and it was like super early. So just excuse that. But I'm going to continue to glue the wig down into sections. I'm going to do one side at a time and I'm just going to do one layer, let that dry clear, and then do the second layer. So I'm going to let you guys watch me do that. So once I've glued down both sides, I'm just gonna go in with my elastic band, and I left it on for about 15 minutes. And during this time, I just went ahead and styled my hair. So since this was a curly wig, like I didn't have to do too much. I just parted it in the middle, and then I went in with like water and mousse, and I just kind of tried to define the curls. This is my first time having a wig with this type of curl pattern. I thought it was more of like a kinky curly type of curl pattern, more so than deep curly, but they say deep curly online. Again, the link will be in the description box. So the wig does look a lot thinner when it's like wet, and it was like all one length, so it was kind of like heavy at the bottom. So towards the end of the video you will see that I tried to like cut it a little to shape my face. I didn't have much issues with tangling. I did experience some shedding, but not excessive. I feel like it's the same amount of shedding that I would expect from any curly wig. I do want to point out though that like I did absolutely love the curls on this wig. I really like the quality of this wig. I went in with mousse to see if I could keep that wet look, but you guys, this hair sucks up moisture. Like, it just would not, the wet look was not working. I used water, mousse, and gel, and it just dried and it got bigger. I didn't show what the hair looked like dry in the video because I didn't have like a lot of time to wait for it to dry, or to dry it. I didn't have like a diffuser and I didn't want to mess up the curls. But I did want to show you guys that I did attempt to do like the wet look. This is with the water and the mousse on one side, and then I'm gonna put the mousse on the other side, and it's just so much hair. Like, it is 180% density, but I wasn't expecting it to be so big, and it dries like so big. Like, you'll have like a really cute kiki curly afro. I may record another video in this wig so you'll be able to see like how it looks when it dries. I'm sorry I didn't show that in this video, but nonetheless, I really still like the hair. So once I finish doing that, I'm just gonna take my elastic band off and cut off my lace. I used these like super tiny scissors to cut off my lace, and then I went back in with my Ghost Bond on the end of my rat tail comb, and I just added any glue to any areas that weren't completely secure. It dried super quick, so after I put the glue on and it was like clear, I just pressed the lace down in those areas, and I did any touch-ups that I needed to do before moving on to the baby hairs. So next is the baby hairs, and this time I didn't like curl them or anything like that. I just separated them. I only wanted like 4 baby hairs. I didn't want to go too crazy, and I just used my Wetline Extreme to swoop those. I guess because it was early, like I just didn't want to be fooling around with like a whole bunch of baby hairs, but I do want to practice like the really dramatic baby hairs on one of my curly wigs so that I can make a tutorial for you guys. I know I did one on my synthetic wig already. It was like a wavy synthetic wig. I'll link that in the description box, but I do want to do more dramatic hairs on my curly wigs, so stay tuned for that. So to help me melt my lace, I went in with this Pump It Up spritz, and this is actually my first time doing this. I sprayed it on my finger and then applied it along my edges, and I really like how this turned out. I didn't have like any flakiness along my hairline or any like white cast or anything outside of, like I said before, my foundation not matching. And after taking off my elastic band, doing my makeup, and changing, this is how my hair came out. So you can kind of tell that like my lace is like melted, but you can see that the color is different from like my skin tone. And also, like I said before, the hair is all one length. It's 20 inches. And because it was all one length, it was kind of like way down at the bottom. So you'll see like in the next couple of clips, I went in and I tried to like cut it to where it would like frame my face a little bit better. I did want to show you guys what it looked like though before I cut it, just so that you'll know if you don't want to cut yours, this is what it'll look like when it's wet, not when it's dry. So now I'm just gonna go in with some scissors. These are not hair shears. I bought hair shears and I keep forgetting to use them, but I basically just like cut like layers into the hair, and I stretch the hair and then I cut. I didn't want to cut it like while it was just sitting how it is, so I stretched it, and then I didn't want to cut it too high because like with curly hair, when you stretch it out and then you cut it and then it shrinks back up, it'll be short. So I cut it pretty low on the wig, as you can see. And I just kept cutting until I felt like I was kind of satisfied. I didn't want to cut too much because I am giving this wig away. So I just kind of like cut a little bit just in case the person that I'm giving the wig to wants to do a little bit more customizing. But after I cut it, I did like it a lot more. I did cut it a lot, but I liked it a lot more than when I cut it because it shaped my face better. And then when it dried, it did frame my face how I wanted it to. Again, sorry I didn't include that in the video, but this is the final look. I really love this wig. I definitely would recommend it. It was super affordable, like a little bit over $100. Check the description box for the link. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.